Face of London is changing. It's like a very multi-ethnic kind of society already.
The dominant debate is around the positives of this thing.
But now you have a very tall tower blocks that go all the way to the top. There's hardly any form of a community there. Even if they make an open green space, it doesn't really bring. So that whole convivial aspect of the city and how things used to be is just dead. It's gone.
My main message is don't make the same mistakes as you made last time.
Elephant and Castle is one of a number of areas in central London currently undergoing a rapid amount of change and regeneration. The Elephant Park Regeneration Scheme, set for completion over the next 15 years, aims to build new houses in the area and increase the amount of public recreational spaces. These are the biggest changes the area has gone through in decades and can see a radical transformation of people's perceptions of the area. We spoke to a number of individuals in Elephant and Castle and got their views on the upcoming changes. Would the changes affect how they see the area, and were they even aware of them?
Yeah, it's all around us.
Yeah.
Fun enough, I study building, so
Oh really?
Yes, there's lots of signs.
Well, I think it's a big debate. I think there are like positive and negative aspects of this thing that is called by some as regeneration, by others as gentrification.
Yeah, I've noticed the closure of some estates and how they're rebuilding it, like the Haygate estate is there, and most of the roadworks and the shopping centre that's going to come up, but that's all I know.
Yeah. The upcoming changes to the Elephant and Castle area have been received with mixed responses, to say the very least. Some people look at the effect that it is having on the local community and think that this is the thing that should be highlighted, rather than the focus on the upcoming shops, restaurants and recreational facilities.
It is important to make visible how the local community is affected by this as well. Like for example, the amount of people that are displaced from several areas, the amount of people that they cannot afford to come back and live in the same in the same area that they lived for 30 or 40 years.
With all these very tall buildings we see around, is almost, how I say, cutting people away from society and changing the face of how things used to be. It once used to be about community.
One of the current issues surrounding Elephant and Castle is that people see it simply as a roundabout and just a place to go. No one currently chooses to come to the area for any kind of recreational activity due to the lack of public recreational spaces. For a group of individuals that only currently use the area for work, transport and education, we wanted to know if the upcoming changes to the area would encourage them to use it for recreation as well.
I think we want to get away from the roundabout thing, because this is what this is, isn't it? Just a whacking great roundabout. And it'd be nice to get away from that, I think, in some way. But yeah, I mean, shops and offices is all they build. It'd be nice if there was something more of that kind of Italian feel about squares, where people could, relax.
Yeah.
To use it to go to the shops rather than travelling to the West End or Westfield. I'd use the shops that are around.
I think it's important to create spaces where people can live happier, can have more green space.
I'm so old that I remember the previous regeneration of this area, which was done in brutalised concrete in the 70s. A good idea to have another go.
There is clearly a huge amount of potential regarding the current regeneration of Elephant and Castle and the changes that are due to be made in the next 15 years. However, the question remains whether or not the local community are in any way benefiting from these changes, and will this benefit the area in a positive way? It remains to be seen whether or not the negatives will outweigh the positive, and whether this change is indeed change for the better.